he's very pleased with the improvement of the team. The results don't show up on the scoreboard, but he is pleased. And hey, listen, I know Bradley lost a tough one, but if you lose to Oak Ridge 10-7, that's pretty impressive. I know that Oak Ridge had a lot of penalties, but still, Oak Ridge is one of the premier high schools in East Tennessee as far as football goes.
Well, it really speaks to Bradley's defense. I mean, those guys were on the field extended periods of time tonight.
Yeah.
Just because the offense could not get going and couldn't make those third and short, third and long plays to extend the offense out on the field. So, shout out to Bradley's defense. And they were lights out tonight. That defensive line is something else.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah, like I said, that defense that can take a team a long ways. You still got to score. That's the one thing. You still have to score, and that's where Bradley, they just don't have a lot of explosive plays on offense. To try to have a methodical drive down the field time and time again where you're 3 and 4 downs each and every time, it's hard to maintain that and get a lot of points on the board. You've got to have some explosive plays and some explosive players. And on offense, Bradley just hasn't had that this year, unlike Walker Valley. Walker Valley, man, they are just lighting up the scoreboard each and every week. I'm very impressed with that Walker Valley team.
Yeah, they definitely do look good. Another big win for them tonight, 35-7. Over Hardee Daisy. Hardee Daisy is much improved.
Oh, they are
from last season. Their record is 3-3 on the year, but they could just as easily, be 5-1, be 4-2.
Yep.
I mean, they had a couple close ball games early. So.
No doubt about that. Hey, we just got another final from on our scoreboard here. McCallie defeats Heidelberg from Mississippi 21-18. That game was played at Spear Stadium there at McCallie. So big win for McCallie there. So yeah, listen, you got two teams here in this area here, McCallie and Baylor. They're just dominating high school football, and they're taking on teams from all over the country. Baylor beat that team from California last week. We get a team from Mississippi coming into McCallie, and the Blue Tornado come away with a 21-18 win. So what can you say about these private schools around here? They're just dominating everyone.
Well, and it's they don't have a choice because as we talked about last week, they can't find other Tennessee high schools that want to schedule them.
Yeah, and I know that, and I know we're mostly want to talk about Bradley, Cleveland, and Walker Valley, but that is a real issue going on down there in Chattanooga, where you got two private schools, Baylor and McCallie, that are really having a difficult time finding other teams from the state of Tennessee, other private schools from the state of Tennessee willing to play them.
Yeah.
And Baylor and McCallie, they both have said, listen, we'll come to your place. We'll come to your place to play you. And they're having a difficult time. Now, they were able to get, like I said, Heidelberg came from Mississippi to McCallie. Great football game, 21-18. But, yeah, that is a real issue going on down there, finding opponents from the state of Tennessee.
I can't remember if it was Baylor or McCallie, but last year or the year before, I actually played a team from Canada. So,
I mean,
they get them where they can.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. And listen, like I said, Baylor and McCallie, they've got great programs, and they both have elite players on their roster. And a lot of the other private schools, in case you weren't listening last week, a lot of the other private schools feel like there's an unfair advantage because Baylor and McCallie have students that live on campus. And most of these other private schools don't have that. Yeah. So if you have kids that can, reside there on campus, basically like a small college, you can get kids from all over the country, and because they are living here, I mean, that's other private schools, you have to get mom and dad to relocate their entire family, to do that, and that's just harder to get done. So. Yeah, it's a real issue, and some of these schools in Middle Tennessee, especially around Nashville, are really upset with Baylor and McCallie. But the fact of the matter, they've been doing this for 100 years.
Yeah,
it's not like they just started doing this.
Right.
So it is an issue. We'll see if anything can be done about it. But But I still like to see the local teams win. I pull for all the teams in our area. Chattanooga, Cleveland, of course, and our general area. I root for the teams, within earshot of where we are right now. So I'm happy for them, but it is a real issue for sure.
Definitely. Well, let's go ahead and take our first break tonight. This is the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call on our Friday Night Blitz hotline, 423-614-6499, and we will give you more updates when we return from the Warren and Griffin football scoreboard.
ESPN Radio returns to Southeast Tennessee. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM is the new home of the Vols, Braves, Falcons, Bulldogs, and more of your favorite teams. Listen on air or at ESPNCleveland1013.com. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 FM.
When the classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato meet the classic goodness of Hardee's Frisco lineup, you get instant summer favorites. Introducing Hardee's Frisco BLT Angus Burger and Frisco BLT Hand-Breaded Chicken Sandwich.
Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. Wake up, sleepyhead, get up and play. Everything's yellow, it's a beautiful sight. Sunbeam showers makes everything right. Come on now, let's get away.
Make every day brighter with the sunny southern goodness of Mayfield Dairy.
At Mermaid Mattress, we've been obsessed with helping you sleep better for over 45 years.
And as a mom of a newborn, I understand the importance of a good night's sleep.
What happened to you?
Your grandson.
This Labor Day, we have the best deals on Mermaid mattresses right here in Chattanooga.
Like our memory foam or two-sided anniversary mattress in any size for only $5.95.
And that's only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep handmade, hand-delivered.
Did you know that a large number of student athletes vape, thinking it will give them a boost in performance? But you can't play if you can't breathe. Escape the vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Host Jim Gum. Give us a call on our Friday Night Blitz hotline, 423-614-6499. And we do have a correction and update on one of our scores. The McMinn County Ooltewah final was 61-6 McMinn County. So
Yeah,
we
had the wrong score. We had the right team that
Yeah.
winning, but man, McMinn County putting it all over Ooltewah. Again, same situation in Ooltewah that's going on in Cleveland. You got new coach, a lot of kids that were there last year. Either they graduated or they went to other schools, so they're rebuilding. But in this day and age, I suspect we'll see Ooltewah turning around pretty quick, and I think we'll see Cleveland turning around pretty quick as well. But yeah, this is a tough year for Ooltewah, a tough year for Cleveland. But with the way kids can move around these days, I suspect we'll see different scores from Ooltewah and Cleveland in 2026.
time to go to the portal.
For this year, though, it's tough.
Yep.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Let's go ahead and give you those scores in case you're just now tuning in. Oak Ridge comes down to Bradley, and they defeat the Bears 10-7. A really, really good Oak Ridge team. Actually, I think Bradley played them about as good as I think anyone's played them this year. But Oak Ridge did have a lot of penalties that helped Bradley's cause. Tyner comes to Cleveland and shuts out the Blue Raiders 34-0. Walker Valley at home defeats Saudi Daisy 35-7. So the Mustangs improved to 5-1. Other finals, we've got Loudon defeats East Ridge 17-0. Hickson over Sequoia 33-0. Knox Catholic defeats Silverdale 55-21. It was McCallie over Heidelberg from Mississippi 21-18. Again, like Andy just said, 61-6. It was McMinn County over Ooltewah 61-6 in a really, really good game. East Hamilton defeats Ray County 35-33. Signal Mountain defeats Brainerd 44-0. And the latest score we've got from Meigs County Sweetwater was 44-7 with about 3 minutes left. So it looks like Meigs County is going to come away with a win there. So that's all the scores that we've got at this point.
Well, I am really intrigued about the Polk Bledsoe. So if anybody can give us an update on that score, we'd love to hear from you. I think we have our first caller for the night. Hello, caller. You're on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Hey, Andy. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, of course, out there at the Bradley game tonight, and I hear you guys keep mentioning all the penalties as if, the defense, all those holding penalties, our boys played their tails off, ran their feet, and they deserved every one of those holding penalties. And to be honest with you, there was 3 or 4 that they didn't throw on them.
Right.
And so those penalties were not their lack of discipline. It was a result of our defensive effort. And one of the things I love about our boys was their attitude and their effort, and defense travels. They're going to do really well. They're going to keep moving it forward. But I didn't want somebody to think like we were lucky to hang in that game because of penalties. No, we busted our tails. They played a great game, great coaching scheme, and it was a coin toss there at the end. But you know what? We go back, get busy working, and go after it. But that defense is stout. But it's just one of those things that, Oak Ridge is a phenomenal team.
Yeah, they are good.
Be praying for their number 2. He's already committed, but he hurt his shoulder second play. But they were some dudes, man, and it was awesome.
Hey, you're right, though. Defense does travel, and that's the thing that Bradley has. Their defense doesn't take a backseat to anybody in this state. If they can get a little bit more offense, I think it'd help. But you're right. That defense is going to – they're going to be in every ball game if that defense continues to play like they have.
Oh, absolutely. And the offense, it has its moments. I mean, I think sometimes what people don't realize is the scheme and what you got to constantly be adjusting. I mean, we're playing. I mean, Oak Ridge is a top 5 team in the state.
Oh yeah.
Hardin Valley's turned around out of the blue and it beat some teams here recently. They're not their normal Hardin Valley team that some people think. Farragut. I mean, this is big boy, football, and it's not just spread it out, throw it all over the place, and score 35 points. I mean, it's one of those things that it's going to be good, and everything's going to come around. And I trust our coaching staff, and they're doing a heck of a job. And we only a few weeks in, we're halfway done, but there's a lot of improvement that's going to come over the next several weeks as people are positioning for the playoffs and seeing how things fall, and a lot more to be done.
Big game coming up this week, Mickey. Big rivalry game. Cleveland travels to Bradley, so I know that the practices that Damon is going to put into effect this week are going to be intense.
Yeah, well, they are every week. That's one of the things I love about Coach Floyd, been able to be with him for several years now. I mean, every game is the most important game, but let's just be honest. I mean, it's a little bit different Cleveland week. But you know what? There's some great kids over there. Cleveland may not show it right now in the win column, but they're a lot better. If you were to ask me, they are the best team in our state that hasn't won a game, because I'm telling you, at any moment, O'Cason back there spinning that ball and throwing it, at any moment he could have a game that would just transform everything and get them going. And they're not going to look past it. They're going to get prepared. And Cleveland's got a lot of talented kids over there, and it's going to be a good game. And it's cool because as adults we make it to be a huge rivalry, and it is. But for the kids, they're buddies. But during that time, they're going to play all out. But when the final whistle blows, you'll watch them hug it up, laugh, clap it up, and then go out. Because at the end of the day, we're one big community.
Right. Do you know just off the top of your head how many penalties? I know Bradley really cleaned up their penalties this week. I was just curious as to what their final tally was.
I don't remember. It wasn't a whole lot. A lot of people thought about that at the some of the beginning of the year, but what people don't realize is that all of our scrimmages either got rained out or canceled because of weather, and so that really, I think, kind of came back and caught them on that first game because it's tough, when you don't have that live action. Not to make an excuse, don't mishear me. We're never going to make an excuse for what we're doing, but no, they very disciplined. But there wasn't a whole lot. And even a few of the penalties that we had were actually what I would call. Now, of course, I'm not a coach and I don't know football as well, but I'd call them good penalties because it was like, yeah, we had an offensive pass interference for holding, but if we didn't, he got a step on us and would have been gone. So
right.
There's a lot more going on.
Yep.
But you're exactly right. There is no replacement for live reps. Definitely. So I think they had what was it 2 that they ended up not getting to play because of weather, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah, we went over to Ray County, started out, we scored, and then Ray County scored, and then the rain scored, and the bottom dropped out. And then if you think about that, then we scrimmaged Alcoa, and just a few series in is when Cookie went down, Tyler Cook, and so Tucker comes in, so you're not that you're not prepared, but that wasn't what we were setting up for. And then the next game, the next scrimmage they had, it got rained out. So you really went into that first game not really with any live reps with everybody.
Right. But in my opinion, there is no better coach at coaching the type of player, the style of players than Damon Floyd. So, it's he goes down a quarterback and it's like they don't miss a beat.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't mishear me. It's a next man up mentality. We've lost a couple of good teams, but we've also beat a few good teams. A lot of people don't want to talk about this, but a lot of Walker Valley's success is because of the way Bradley went up there and handled them, and it made them realize they got to open it up and spread it out and throw it all over the place, and they're being very successful with that. And Walker Valley has, to me, the most amazing receiving core I've seen in a long time. And I've been in Murfreesboro chaplain for a few years, down in Georgia for a few years, out in Texas for a few years. Their receiving core up there is legit, and I wish them best of luck. But a lot of times people don't see all those things, and so it's a good time. And I think you're going to see over the next few weeks a lot of things come around and start moving forward.
Well, since you brought up Walker Valley, they got a big matchup next week with East Hamilton. What's your take on East Hamilton this year?
They've got several key players that are just difference makers as far as just speed. It's one of those things that they're going to be able to. When you're looking at these games and people are beating each other 38-35, you realize that's skilled players and just being able to put up a lot of big plays quick. And so, this is my opinion. I still think Ray has got a lot more coming their way as this season unfolds. I think I heard you guys say they lost one tonight.
Yeah. Well, actually, the score is 42-33. That game's still going on. We got bad information early, but it's 42-33 late in the fourth quarter. East Hamilton is up on Ray County.
Yeah, and so you just it'll be a good game. It'll be a good game. But if you're scoring 42 points against Ray County, that says a whole lot because they've got a tough-nosed group of kids and a good defense. And so I'd love to find out the statistics if that's on the ground or in the air.
Yeah.
But it should be a big game for sure.
Well, Mickey, really appreciate you calling in. Appreciate everything you do for Bear Nation and Bruin Nation. You're a huge supporter, and we really appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
All
See
right.
ya.
We've got some scoring updates. Let's go ahead and get those for folks that may have just now tuned in. Let's go ahead and get all the scores, in fact. Bradley hosts Oak Ridge today, and really a good football game. Oak Ridge does come away with the 10-7 win at Bear Stadium. Tyner goes to Cleveland and wins 34-0. Walker Valley at home defeats Soddy Daisy 35-7. Late in the fourth quarter, Bledsoe County leads Polk County 35-14. Final score, Chattanooga Central gets a win over Howard 18-12. Whitwell defeats Copper Basin 49-14. Loudon shuts out East Ridge 17-zip. Hickson shuts out Sequoia 33-0. Knox Catholic defeats Silverdale 55-21. McCallie 21-18 over Heidelberg out of Mississippi. McMinn County defeats Ooltewah 61-6. Late in the game, East Hamilton leading Ray County 42-33. Signal Mountain defeats Brainerd 44-0. And final score, Meigs County defeats Sweetwater 44-14. So those are all the final scores that we've got thus far. And like I said, we're working on that Bledsoe County, Polk County, but Bledsoe is up by 3 touchdowns late in the fourth quarter. So you got to feel that Bledsoe is probably going to come away with the win there. I mean, that's like I said, that's been a fun season so far for some of these teams. Listen, my hat goes off to these fans that show up each and every week for all these fan bases. It's easy to support a team that's winning. We know that. Yeah. But from what I hear and what I saw on video, there was a nice little crowd that showed up tonight for the Cleveland-Tyner game. Of course, it's homecoming, and that usually helps the crowds grow a little bit. But good to see that the fans are still supporting that football team. And you know what? We talked about this before, but we'll bring it up again. You're not only just supporting the football players, you're supporting the cheerleaders, you're supporting the band, you're supporting a lot of people that the Friday nights are big. And so we just want to continue to encourage fans to show up to all these football games because the kids deserve it.
Just the school overall. I mean, coming to a game, you're supporting the overall program, the school, and it means a lot to those kids. As an administrator, it means a lot to an administrator to see your students come out, to see your stands packed with family, with parents, and so it's definitely a vital part of the game. The fans make it.
And think about this: you're only in high school for 4 years. You've got 4 years to create memories. And no, not every memory is a great memory, but I'll tell you what, and it's been a long time since I was in high school, I still have fond memories of some road trips I took with some of my friends. Sometimes I don't remember if we won or lost the game, but I just remember the road trips, how much fun it was to travel to some of these faraway schools. But of course, back in the day when we would have to go to Ray County, there was no bridge. You had to go across the ferry, and getting in line and waiting for that ferry to go across and come back, go across. So we had some good times and stuff like that. So it's always good times and stuff like that. So we just continue to help. Make sure you encourage and support these kids regardless, win or lose. You just continue to support them. But we do have, like I said, we do have some. 2 of the 3 teams are in playoff contention. I think Bradley losing to Oak Ridge today. I think they're still they're just fine right now in the region. But man, oh man, have they got a schedule to end of the year? They've got one more home game left. That's next week against Cleveland. Yep. And then they end the season with 3 consecutive road games. We talked to Coach Floyd about that, and he says, listen. There's no way that he doesn't support that. He goes, but he has nothing to do with it. All right. He has nothing to do with the schedule and the way it all lays out. But it is a tough road to hoe. Listen, we talked about it earlier. There is a reason that you want to be at home. Playing on the road is difficult. So those 3 road games at Soddy Daisy, at Maryville, and at Bearden. By the way, that Bearden game is on a Thursday night. That's tough, man, to end your season. They got the Blue Raiders at home next week, but then they end the regular season on the road for 3 straight games.
I got the Bears going 3-1 on that stretch.
So you got them beating Cleveland, you got them beating Soddy Daisy,
yeah,
you got them beating Bearden.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maryville. I mean, it is what it is, right, Andy?
Yep.
I mean, I saw their score tonight. It was another them and Alcoa, man. They just blow out everyone they play. It seems like, but
hey, I'm not gonna sit here and say it can't be done because
it has been done. It can be done, but yeah, it's rare that it can be done. Yeah,
no better to do it than my alma mater. So that's what I'm hoping.
There you go. There you go. For sure, no doubt about that. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, this has been an interesting season so far. We all had expectations for this Walker Valley team. I had expectations. They've exceeded my expectations. They're better than I thought they were. I know they were preseason number 10. I think they're better than the 10th best team in 5A. Don't you?
Yeah, I think that Cleveland has exceeded expectations, and I think that Bradley even has exceeded expectations based on, last year. They had a difficult year last year.
Oh yeah, 3-7 last year.
And so, to come in and, already be above their win total for the year last year with 4 games remaining, I think is tremendous.
It's a good coaching by Coach Floyd and his entire staff, and the players a year under their belt, got a couple new kids in that helped, but for the most part it was just they were snake bit last year. Bradley was snake bit last year. They've lost in all sorts of ways that you don't want to lose, but just heartbreak after heartbreak last year. But they turned it around, and I think a lot of people expected Bradley to sort of turn it around this year, but I don't think anyone thought this defense would be this good. This is one of the premier defenses in high school football.
Well, I know one person that did, and that was Damon Floyd.
Of course,
he
yeah.
prides himself on that defense year in and year out. He's a true believer in that.
And they win the line of scrimmage more often than not, do they not?
They do.
And how many times have we heard it? You win games at the line of scrimmage, in the trenches, if you will. And, good to see Bradley playing a quality team like Oak Ridge. It could have gone either way. Unfortunately for Bradley, they could only put 1 touchdown on the scoreboard. But you know what? Like I said, they played a heck of a football team, and to lose by 3 points, no shame in that.
Nope. Well, let's go ahead and take another quick break, and when we return, we'll go over some more scores. Hopefully we'll have a couple more updates. This is the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Give us a call on the Friday Night Blitz hotline, 423-614.
Hey, it's Josh with exciting news from Wholesale Supply. I want to introduce you to Piper's Picks, now available in our Chattanooga, Cleveland, and Dalton markets. Thanks to our partnership with Piper Strummett and our friends at Progress Lighting, Piper's Picks brings you the latest trends and styles in decorative lighting. Browse our curated selection in our showrooms and make lighting your project easier than ever. Visit Wholesale Supply today and discover Piper's Picks, where style meets innovation. To find out more information and a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank account's too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today, because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
When the classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato meet the classic goodness of Hardee's Frisco lineup, you get instant summer favorites. Introducing Hardee's Frisco BLT Angus Burger and Frisco BLT hand-breaded chicken sandwich.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, "Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza." And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one. And there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great. And their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center. Cleveland.
To the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. I'm Andy Jenkins here with my co-host Jim Gum, and give us a call on the Friday Night Blitz hotline 423-614-6499. Hello, caller. You're on the Blitz hotline.
How you doing, Andy?
Hey, good, Brett. How are you doing, buddy?
Good. I have some scores I need to give you guys.
All right. Well, hit us.
Farragut beats Bearden 25-21.
Okay.
Tonight. That game was at Bearden.
All right. Fantastic. You got some more scores for us?
Yes. Maryville beat Hardee Valley 45-6. McMinn County ended up beating Oodawall 61-6.
Yep.
And I just got a score on this game right here. East Hamilton 49-33.
Yep.
Yep. That's who Walker Valley plays next week.
Yeah, we played them on the road also.
Mm-hmm.
On the 10th.
Right.
And Bledsoe County is beating Polk 35-14.
That's in the fourth quarter still.
Chattanooga Central beat Howard 18-12 tonight. Meigs County beat Sweetwater 44-14. Loudon beat Eastridge 17 to nothing.
Yep.
Signal Mountain beat Brainerd 44-7. The game I just got, the score I just got, South Pittsburgh is beating Red Bank 24-7.
It's actually 35-7
yes,
now.
35-7 in the fourth quarter.
That game is at South Pitt.
That's right. They're in the Central Time Zone, so they're a little behind us.
Yeah. And we play Cleveland coming on the 3rd.
Next week.
On Friday. And on Thursday, we play Bearden. That's before
Halloween.
On Thursday. On Friday is Halloween.
Yep.
That's right.
I'm going to watch the Tennessee game tomorrow.
Somebody said you were picking Mississippi State.
No, I did not.
Hey, man, appreciate you calling. Thanks so much for the scoring updates. Okay.
I'm gonna watch the Tennessee game. I'm gonna watch the Georgia beat Alabama tomorrow night too.
Ooh.
Between the hedges.
I picked Georgia to win that game.
Me too.
All right, I'll talk to y'all next Friday.
All right,
we play
Brett.
Cleveland.
Take it easy, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Hey, I do want to give a scoring update, a college football scoring update with 2 minutes to go in the game. Virginia leads Florida State 35-28. Now, the Seminoles do have possession of the football, so we'll definitely keep you updated there. And in Major League Baseball, the Mets lost to the Marlins. The Reds are leading Milwaukee. So if the Reds maintain that lead, then the Reds and Mets will be tied for that final National League playoff spot with 2 games to go. So
And the Mets should be ashamed with that payroll.
oh my gosh, yeah, it's what the second or third highest payroll in all of Major League Baseball. It's unbelievable.
Okay. Hello, caller. You're on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, good. How you doing, man?
Let's give out a shout out to y'all. Y'all do a great job up there in Cleveland.
Appreciate you. What game you want to talk about tonight?
I was surprised about the Oak Ridge and Bradley game.
Yeah, it was a close one. There were a lot of penalties on Oak Ridge's side. Bradley does have a tremendous defense. I feel like, as one of our callers mentioned earlier, did kind of cause some of those penalties. Just because of their physicality. But it was a really good game, and Oak Ridge is a really good football team. I mean, 6-0. I feel like a lot of teams felt like coming into this year, because they had graduated so many kids, that they would not be as good as they were last year, and they're every bit as good, I feel like.
Yeah, I was really talk about the Walker Valley and Saudi Daisy game. It went pretty good.
It did. Walker Valley came away with a big win tonight, 35-7, over a much improved Saudi
First half
Daisy
was
team.
kind of back and forth.
What was that?
I say, yeah, the first half was kind of back and forth, and second half they really just took over and dominated.
What was the score at half? Do you remember?
14-7. They scored about a minute before halftime, then they got the ball back.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a close game at the half.
Yeah, Michael Wood had an interception. Braylon Beard intercepted, took it to the house.
My man, Braylon Beard. I'm telling you, that kid can
Go
play
figure.
some defense.
He's a force to be reckoned with for sure.
He's a heck of a football player.
You excited about the Cleveland Bradley game next week?
Yeah. I mean, I will watch it. I won't be there, but I'll try to watch it.
Okay. All right. Well, good enough, man. Appreciate
I'll
it.
be traveling these times.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. Hope to hear from you next week.
Oh, yeah. No problem. Y'all have a good night.
You too, man.
All right, we're graced by the presence of RC, and tell us a little bit about that Bradley ball game tonight, man.
Yeah, it was it's kind of a sloppy game.
Hey, I just got a question.
Sure.
Is that a penalty if I grab you by the shoulder pads?
Yeah, there was a lot of laundry on the field. Yeah. 17 penalties for almost 200 yards is what Oak Ridge had.
Okay. My goodness.
So,
you think that coach is going to be talking to his kids
yeah,
next week?
but I think what the frustrating part is, and I know the Bradley kids, and I talked to some of them after the game, they were, when you have 17 penalties, the other team, like, we got to score points off of that, right?
That's exactly right.
And,
yeah.
Oak Ridge held the ball for 32 minutes, and Bradley only had it for about 15. Wow. So, just for that defense to be able to hold Oak Ridge to 10 points, and they're almost doubled the time of possession.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
So, I think it was more of like, Bradley's a good football team, defensively. And I think, they can hang with anybody in this state if they play clean football. We had 5 penalties tonight. That's
so
still.
They only had 1 penalty in the second half.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. So, but we just didn't muster enough on offense, and Kenyon's that spark for us sometimes, and he didn't play tonight. So, you never want to blame it on injuries or anything like that. But and our kids played hard. It's just when you have 2 heavyweights going at it, somebody's got to come out on top. So
let me ask you a question. If you don't want to answer this, you don't have to. I'm going to ask you a bold question. Is play calling too conservative?
I don't think so. I think you know, I do. I mean, I'm really close with a lot of those guys up there, so
that's
it's,
why I don't want to put you on the spot.
I do think it had to be a little different tonight because you don't have your bell cow back there at running back. Now, Spencer, all those kids run very hard, you know, but Kenyon's a different animal.
And Oak Ridge has got a good defense,
absolutely,
too.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I think there was a difference in kind of the second half, and Oak Ridge leaned on that running game a little bit. And, of course, we kind of felt like we were playing from behind and, you know, did some screen stuff here and there. And so it wasn't – I don't think it was a week to where we really felt like we could do what we wanted to do just based off of, you know, our Kenyon being out. So, but, yeah, I mean, that they tried to take shots. You know, kudos to Oak Ridge's defense. Like, that is a good football team that is undefeated in 6A football. Like,
yep.
You know, it's not that we didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes they just do things right.
I want to give an update for that Virginia-Florida State game. Virginia still leading 35-28. Florida State has the ball with 49 seconds to go, 3rd and goal on the Virginia 11. So, wow. Would that be an upset or what?
Well, I'll say this. Alabama's going to have to win tomorrow. If Florida State ends up losing,
that hurts
Alabama.
Loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that would pretty much mean that Alabama would have to beat Georgia to stay alive for that college football playoff race.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. I'm telling you, man. Oh, you gotta love it. That's why we love football.
Yeah.
Stuff like this goes on a Friday night for crying out loud. You know, I'm not a big fan of college football being played on a Friday night, but there are a lot of people out there, they don't care about high school football.
Yeah.
They care only about college football. So they're loving this Friday and then Saturday for college football.
Well, Sunday for guys like me. I'm an NFL guy.
We don't have that. We don't have that luxury because we're all in on high school football for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, caller. You're on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Coach Jenkins, Coach Talent. My goodness gracious, local celebrities.
Bravo.
And then there's me.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, so I know you were at the game, right?
Coach, I was there for the first half.
Yep.
We're actually on the interstate heading to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area for a little Bradley Central girls volleyball.
There you go.
Hey, that's right.
That's right.
Bears, Bearettes.
Amen.
So tonight played a really, really good Oak Ridge team. Ended up losing that one, but it was a very, very good game, I felt like. Close game, 10-7. Coming into next week, big game at home versus that school from across town. What's your prediction for next week?
You know, I listened to we were at the game the first half, and the second half, I felt like we were there. I mean, when you listen to Gary Owenby and RC Talent on the radio, it's like you're on the 50-yard line. It's just that good, that good.
Oh my goodness.
But no, I mean, we listened a little bit of the Cleveland game too, coming home, and I mean, it just sounds like they just. I mean, I'm sure they're great kids, but it sounds like they have a lot of trouble blocking for their quarterback, and the guys on the radio were saying by the time the ball got to the McGowan kid, I mean, he was kind of running for his life. So I mean, you know, we grew up where you want to beat Cleveland and everything, but everything I know about that coach over there, the new guy, and of course we're big fans of Bob Pritchard, and I know they're going to compete, but if they have trouble blocking Tyner, I don't know what in the world they're going to do with the Westfield kid and Zane and Paul Stokes and.
Well, Coach, this Oak Ridge offensive line has got some college football players on it right now.
They have one commit already.
Yeah, they were massive. It's one of the bigger offensive line I've ever seen, and I mean they put pressure on that kid all night long. Paul, Zane, AJ, and. You know, they got that wide receiver that can make plays for them. They're happy. I mean, they held him to 10 points. 10 points. And the kid was pressured all night long.
Right.
And, again, I'm with you, Coach. Like, anytime there's a rivalry game or a region game, it's always going to be, you know, smash mouth football and what we love around here. But I'm telling you, those guys, and AJ's going like he's playing Cleveland. That's where he came from. Right. So he's going to have a little, I don't think there's any animosity towards Cleveland, but Cleveland's going to feel some type of way for the kiddo leaving and coming over here. Sure. So, but I'm with you, Coach.
Well,
I think if they're having issues now, Tyner's athletic up front. They're a good football team. So, I do think that they're going to have some issues with Bradley.
Well, and you watch the games and you see the Phelps kid. I mean, you're right. He's a difference maker, and I think you hit the nail on the head, Coach. That I mean, the kid that transferred from Walker Valley ran the ball hard. Peyton Parker ran the ball awfully hard last week. But man, when Zero's in the game, he's just a different kind of dude, like you said. And with the defensive line that we have, and Damon getting creative with the Suskowitz kid, I feel like he makes 30 tackles a game. And Carroll's making tons of tackles, super athletic defensive backfield. And, if we can keep a low-scoring game with that defense that we have, when Phelps comes back healthy, is he supposed to be back healthy next week? What's the word on that?
Yeah,
I haven't heard.
I do think he'll be back for the Cleveland game. Yeah.
What is the injury?
Yeah, he's a difference maker, man. He's sprained his ankle. Okay, yeah, he's a tough kid, makes a big difference. And I did want to say this too, Andy. Somebody called in and said what a difference maker the Beard kid is at Walker Valley. And I'd just like to say all of us from my generation are thankful that he got his athletic ability from Jessica and didn't get it from his dad Blake, because that's obvious. If he's taking it to the house, pick sixes, that's Jessica Beard right there.
Jessica Beard.
Now,
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a heck of an athlete. He is quite a bit bigger than Dad, but just a big, strong kid. And I think it was actually a mix-up with the caller. He actually had a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and the other young man had a pick six. But either way, it was a recovery and it was a touchdown. So a big game for Braylon. Love to have him be successful. He's a Bruin, former Bruin. Played well when he was with us, and it's always good to see those kids go to the next level and have success.
Well, I think when we talk about coaches, of course, we're big fans of coaches. The win that Bradley had early on against Walker Valley, seeing the numbers that Walker Valley putting up week after week, and the quarterback and the putting up fantasy football numbers, and of course had a pretty big fourth quarter against us. I think that just shows how these coaches work so hard and put a plan together, and to understand that maybe up front we were just going to physically dominate Walker Valley is what it looked like at the game, and just playing smash mouth to keep the big receivers and the quarterback off the field. I mean, I think it just speaks to the high level of Bradley's coaches too, Coach, that to put a plan together like that, to run Phelps, to slow the game down a little bit, to keep the ball out of the quarterback's hands from Walker Valley. I think that win looks more and more impressive every game when you see the numbers that Walker Valley's offense is putting on the board.
Yeah, I think from what I've got, Coach, Bradley's holding teams to about 11.5 points a game.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now.
So, that's awesome. I mean, but we also got to score points. So, in order to win in 6A, you got to be able to score, and sometimes you just can't be a one-trick pony. You got to be able to, spread the ball around a little bit and keep people on their toes. And sometimes when you have injuries like that, it just throws a wrench into everything. And having wrenches against people like Oak Ridge, you don't really tend to come out on top. But
That's
Bradley
true.
played a good game, and nothing to be upset about. Just wish we could have got a few more points. But that defense can play with anybody in this state.
I agree. I think they prove that every week.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for the call.
Hey, you guys are the best, man. Be careful. Have a good night. See you.
Thanks, Rob. Be safe.
Let's go ahead and go over the scoreboard in case anyone's just now tuning in. Oak Ridge comes to Bradley and beats the Bears 10-7. Tyner over Cleveland 34-0. It was Walker Valley over Soddy Daisy 35-7. Blitz County defeats Polk County 35-14. Chattanooga Central defeats Howard 18-12 as Whitwell over Copper Basin 49-14. Loudon shuts out East Ridge 17-0. Hickson 33-0 over Sequoia. Knox Catholic defeats Silverdale 55-21. Notre Dame over Lakeway Christian 42-35. Heidelberg comes to McCallie and they lose 21-18. McCallie defeats Heidelberg from Mississippi. The last time we got a score from McMinn Central and Cumberland, it was 28-0 McMinn Central at the half. I'm sure that game's probably over, but that's the last score we got. McMinn County goes to Ooltewah and puts up 61 points with a 61-6 win there. East Hamilton defeats Ray County 49-33. Sail Creek defeats Red Bowling Springs 42-6. Signal Mountain shuts out Brainerd 44-0. Last score we had in the Red Bank South Pittsburgh game, South Pittsburgh was leading 31-7. That game late in the fourth quarter. That's probably a final by now. And the last final we got, Meigs County defeats Polk County 44-14. And the Florida State Virginia game going to overtime.
Oh,
35 zip. 35 up, I should say. 35-35. So. And TCU is leading Arizona State 17-7. Of course, the Horned Frogs are number 24 in this last AP poll. So that's a good one there in Charlottesville, Virginia, for sure. So tell us a little bit more about this, Brad. How good are you feeling about going to against Cleveland on Friday night? You think this is a one-sided game? I mean, the numbers dictate.
Well, I don't play anymore. So I think, I think it's going to be pretty lopsided for sure. Now, do I think that Cleveland's going to come ready to play? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't
They're
want.
going to hear the talk all week long. You guys got no shot.
And as a Bradley guy, you don't want to give Cleveland ammo, right? I don't want to
Like
give
what
them
we're doing
something.
right now.
To get
Giving
to
those
put,
sound bites.
to put on. That's why I looked at you
Bulletin
kind of funny
board.
because I'm like, well, I don't want to, you know. But I do think Bradley is just so dominant defensively. They play hard. They play together. I haven't seen much of the Cleveland guys, to be honest with you. I've just seen what the scores are. And
I'll tell you this much: it's the smallest line I've ever seen at Cleveland High School as far as size.
Yeah,
and that's where you say Bradley's probably going to have the biggest advantage in that game.
Yeah.
Will be at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I'll say this: I saw Bradley tonight against this Oak Ridge offensive line, who's got college commits, massive human beings, win 5-on-3. Win with 3 guys up front, get pressure on the quarterback and force bad throws. They're winning the line of scrimmage with 3 men on the line of scrimmage to 5.
That's incredible.
And sometimes the other team will have a wing help block. They're double teaming AJ. They're chipping him. They're trying to do everything to keep him from getting the quarterback. They are still winning the blocks. And that's just, that is talent with Zane, Paul Stokes, Devontae McMillan when he comes in there. AJ, we all know AJ can do. You just can't. Like defensively, when you can get pressure with 3 men up front, it allows you to do so much in the back end.
Oh, yeah.
And that lets guys like Brownlow, Tay Lindsay, all the linebackers, Carroll, Wiley, it gives them opportunities to make plays.
Yeah. An update. I know we're talking football, but I am going to update baseball. The Mets lost tonight to Florida. The Reds defeated Milwaukee, so the Reds and Mets are tied with 2 games to go in the regular season. And by the way, if
is this for the wild card?
If they for the last wild card in the National League, if they remain tied at the end of Sunday, the Reds get it because they won the season series against the Mets.
Oh my goodness!
And that massive
Go
New York
Reds
Mets, salary. I mean, my goodness, their payroll is probably quadruple what the Reds is.
Yeah. Wow.
Man.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Juan Soto and all that money.
I'll be honest with you though, since the Braves are. Well, I think I've just forgotten about baseball since football season started.
I know, but I mean, there's a lot of people out there.
Sure,
that really keep
absolutely.
Up with it. So I just wanted to give you an update. And like I said, that Florida State Virginia game going into overtime.
Yeah.
So
a lot of Reds fans around here, actually.
Yeah,
I've seen several. I saw one today. Are you a Reds fan?
I used to work for the Cincinnati.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool.
I worked at Riverfront Stadium.
That's
on
awesome.
The grounds crew. Sure did.
That's awesome.
Long time.
I took
ago.
a tour there in 2016, and
at
it's a
Great
beautiful
American
stadium.
Ballpark.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
They told us about how the seats were angled to fit towards the,
Everything's supposed to be pointed towards second base.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah. So, but I'm not a big fan of Cincinnati. I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh, I know you
so
are.
Everything Cincinnati, I'm not a big fan.
I get it. No, so but no, it's an interesting dynamics in high school football. And I'm like you. This Bradley defense.
Yeah.
If they can just get that offense to start clicking,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. I want to hear from the Walker Valley. I want to hear Walker Valley folks like Mason, and I wonder if they think that game would be different if they played Bradley now. If they think that Walker Valley could put up some more points. I kind of get that vibe a little.
Say it would be that they would have the advantage. Both sides are going to say,
Yeah.
we'd have the advantage.
Yeah.
It would be a good game to watch.
Yeah,
so.
it would. It'd be fun. I just, I'm not going to say, I'm going to be nice. But it's just, too little. Like we saw what Bradley's defense did. Yeah. And I do think Bradley, that game had Walker Valley. Here's the ring, and it might be them now. But I do think that Walker Valley. In the first half, it's 14-7 with Saudi, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm interested to hear kind of what the difference was.
Yeah.
Hello, caller. You're on the Friday Hardee Nights Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. There we go.
What's up, guys? It's Jacob.
Speak of the devil.
So Jacob, is it different, man? What are you thinking here?
I took that bait, hook, line, and sinker. I don't know that the result is different. Bradley is a very talented team, and the running back they've got over there, with him being banged up tonight, like that's tough. He is an absolute dog. And then, like you guys have been talking about the defense, I just think Walker Valley had the wrong game plan.
Yeah.
If I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I think that game does look different if you see the Walker Valley that came out against McMinn the next week and how they kind of said, hey, defense, we're going to put you in a tough spot because we're pinning our ears as an offense back and going. I'm not gonna come on here and say that Walker Valley's winning that game. I do think the result looks a little bit different. I think it forces a little bit more of a coaching duel because I don't know that the Bears would have just ran the ball not long, and they might have had to switch it up a little bit. So who knows? I'm over here currently watching this overtime game as Virginia's trying to force a second overtime and watching you guys on the Blitz and checking in on TCU. I do have to say this. Tyler Goldman is the one that took it back to the house tonight. Baird had a scooped fumble on the night. That Walker Valley had four turnovers, I think, with a blocked punt. So defense is playing really well now too.
So Bradley's got Saudi in a couple weeks. Is that? I know it was close there for a couple quarters. 14-7, 7-7 there. They pretty. They got some players or. What'd you guys
They've
see?
got some big boys up front. I think if you guys can run the football successfully, it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
The thing that Saudi is going to want to do, and what they did successfully in the first half, is they kept control of the football, and they bled the clock out, and Walker Valley had, I think, two, maybe three possessions in the whole first half and come away with 14 points. So if you can score and get them up 14, then Saudi Daisy kind of has to no longer be one-dimensional and run the football. They're going to have to start airing it out, and then that changes things a little bit. But they three in a cloud of dust. That's what they tried to do, three in a cloud of dust, and march their way down the field, and they did it successfully a couple times tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with this Walker Valley football team.
Yeah.
Though I really am. I think they're going to go pretty deep in the playoffs. Not going to predict they're going to win it all, but I think they're going to advance. I don't think they're a one and done in the postseason.
Yep.
I think this is a good enough team that they could be. Nobody's going to want to play a team with an offense like this.
Yeah, explosive.
Yeah,
shout out to Coach Pope. Man, that's awesome.
You're gonna see a really fun game next Friday night. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be in Disney World with the family. Got to take the 4-year-old down there on fall break. So Andy and Jim are gonna be on the call. But man, East Hamilton is putting up 45 points per game. Mr. Football candidate for 5A. Right. I think he won it last year. Hayward. I think before tonight he had 18 touchdowns through 5 games already. They find a way to get him the football. Walker Valley's a little banged up right now. Hopefully they're going to get some guys back at 100% because they're going to need it if they're going to get in like a Pac-12 shootout on Friday night. Against East Ham at East Ham. So it's going to be an interesting game, and really now those are the two teams that are kind of sitting in the driver's seat for that region. They're both undefeated in the region, and now they have to, face off against each other next Friday.
Yep.
That'd be a fun game.
Hey, man, appreciate you calling, Jacob.
Hey, double overtime.
I know.
38-38. Here we go.
Gotta love
Gearing
college
up. Y'all
football on a
have a
Friday
good night.
night, don't
Appreciate
you?
you guys. Hey, all you guys do such a great job. We appreciate you. RC, you guys do a great job over there at Bradley.
Thanks, man.
Our town is very, very blessed to have the amount of coverage they do for high school football.
Now,
and
wait a
to be
minute.
able to
How
put
do
these
you
kids in
know
the
RC
spotlight.
does a good job? You can't listen to him. You're on there when he's on there.
He goes back and listens.
Hey,
He's like, yeah, that guy. He's good.
No, I'm a very multi-talented person. Here's the thing: we have to get scores so that we can give the Billy Haney Meat Company scoreboard update, and I can never get Bradley.
They're throwing out those sponsors, not even on a phone call.
I can never get one from Bradley, so I'm having to get on YouTube, and so I count for one or two of y'all's views every week because I'm getting on there to get a score update.
Oh man, just messing with you, brother.
I know. Y'all have a blessed night. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, take
You too,
care,
Jacob. Thanks.
Like Jacob just said, Florida State and Virginia going to double overtime. They both had to settle for field goals in overtime number 1, so they're going to overtime number 2. So interesting things going on in Charlottesville, Virginia, for sure. Let's go ahead and go over that scoreboard in case you're just now joining us. Bradley gets beat by Oak Ridge 10-7. Tyner 34-0 over Cleveland. It was Walker Valley 35-7 over Saudi Daisy. Bledsoe County 35-14 over Polk County. Chattanooga Central gets a win over Howard 18-12. Whitwell defeats Copper Basin 49-14. Loudon shuts out East Ridge 17-0. Hickson shuts out Sequoia 33-zip. 35-21, it was Knoxville Catholic over Silverdale. Notre Dame defeats Lakeway Christian 42-35. McCallie defeats Heidelberg from Mississippi 21-18. McMinn County 61-6 over Ottawa. In a really high-scoring game, East Ridge defeats Ray County 49-33. Sail Creek over Red Bowling Springs 42-6. 44-0, it was Signal Mountain over Brainerd. 44-14, Meigs County defeats Sweetwater. 2 games that we don't have finals just yet. South Pittsburgh was leading 31-7 late in the fourth quarter. That's probably a final by now over Red Bank. And the last time we got a score with McMinn Central was a 28-0 halftime lead over Cumberland County. So we'll have to see if we can get an updated score at some point before we get off the air.
One correction.
What's
Whitwell?
Whitwell. Yeah, yeah. I said Whitwell. Yeah, you can't say Whitwell. It's Whitwell. You don't even move your lips.
What are y'all's thoughts on Tennessee and Mississippi State tomorrow?
I think Tennessee's going to win. By the way, Tennessee's wearing all orange.
I
don't know if you
it's
know.
awesome.
Mississippi State's wearing their all white. It's the 25th anniversary of when they beat Texas A&M in the Independence Bowl in a snowstorm.
Oh.
Believe it or not, snow in Shreveport, Louisiana. But they had the all whites on back then, so they're going to wear those throwback uniforms.
So they celebrate the Independence Bowl there
the
at
Independence
Starkville?
Bowl.
Okay.
In September against Tennessee. Yeah. So anyway, but Tennessee's going to wear the all orange. By the way, no, I think Tennessee's going to win that game. I think they win it probably like 35-21, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good. I don't know why. I love my Vols, but I just think it's so hard to win in the SEC on the road. And I know that place is going to be electric.
There's going to be a lot of Tennessee fans there.
Absolutely.
I've been told there's going to be, I'm not going to say a quarter of the fans, but I think a good portion, a good.
That would be the most Vol thing to do.
Yeah, sure, and to lose.
Yeah.
Right, like we did at Ohio State. I know it's a different ball team.
I mean, listen. You got a Florida State going on the road at Virginia. Nobody thought Virginia was going to give them a ball game. But Florida State may win this game.
Sure.
But the fact you're having to go to 2 overtimes.
Sure.
That's home field advantage is real in college.
Yeah,
football.
for sure. I do think college football is becoming more, especially in the bigger leagues, any given Saturday.
Yep.
Right. Like in the NFL, everybody knows that any team can win at any point by however many points they want to on any given Sunday. But I do think that's becoming more true in college football. And I do think that when you play at home, it gives you an advantage. Now, Mississippi State has 60,000 fans. Tennessee's not going to have a problem with noise. Those cowbells are loud.
I have a real problem with that, by the way. The artificial noise makers is supposed to be banned.
Yeah.
but they made an exception for Mississippi State, and I'm like, what?
So I've heard that they're not allowing Tennessee fans to bring in cowbells.
No, you can't do that. Hey, you know what? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. No.
Yeah.
If Mississippi State fans can bring in bells, you cannot be discriminatory against the Big Orange fans walking through those gates.
We are going to be bringing mustard bottles
and golf balls. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, that's going to go down in infamy. Already has, right?
I was at that game, and I tell you, that's the loudest I've ever heard a football stadium in my life.
Against Mississippi, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
That was your golf ball.
That was it.
Lane Kiffin.
I tossed a drink here, or not a souvenir cup.
All right, let's go to the hotline.
Hello, caller. You're on Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Yeah, this is Jared. I gave y'all wrong information earlier. It was Tyler Goldman. It wasn't Braden Beard. I just now seen that I gave y'all the wrong information.
Oh, my goodness. Well, shame on you.
I know. Shame on me. I can't be right all the time. You know,
That's right.
We're human.
Hey, man, we appreciate you calling in and correcting that, though. We do.
Yeah, y'all do a great job up there. Keep doing what y'all do, and y'all do it selfless week in and week out.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
See you. You too.
All right, I'm going to give you a scoring update here from Charlottesville. Virginia did score a touchdown against Florida State. They're leading 44-38. Now, they must have missed a two-point conversion because they're only up 6. Florida State's got the ball. We'll see what the Seminoles could do against that Cavalier defense there. But they did get the two-point conversion. It's 46-38. So now FSU has to score a touchdown and get a two-point conversion. So, boy, the pressure is on FSU right now.
Well,
I'm going to go ahead and call it ball game.
Here's what you think. I think Florida State will score a touchdown, and you think they'll miss a two-point conversion?
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to find it. I don't even know where it's at. Oh, well. I think it's on ESPN.
It is. It's on the I've got the
But I
ESPN.
really do. I think Alabama's going to beat Georgia tomorrow.
They better hope they do if
this
Florida State
right,
gets beat tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
They need a signature win down there in Tuscaloosa. I know everybody's all over
Kellen DeBoer.
The head coach DeBoer there, and they're still the University of Alabama. Like they've got ball players.
A lot of 5-star guys on that roster.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll be honest. Georgia's defense just gave up 40-something points to Tennessee, and I do think that Alabama's defense, and I haven't watched them much, but they can at some points create pressure, and and that little quarterback Georgia has, he's great. But Alabama needs one. So
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm interested to watch that game, and of course, what kills me is you got that game going on at the same time. You got Penn State and Oregon playing same time. Oh my! Could you not have one at 3:30, another one at 7:30 or whatever? But that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. But it is interesting though. Well, guys,
I think it's time to call it a show.
I think we've wrapped up. I think we've covered everything that we can cover. So obviously next week, by the way, I am going to be calling the East Hamilton Walker Valley game. So I will not be here. So I'm sure they'll find somebody to fill in for me. But Jacob's going to be in Florida, so I'm filling in for Jacob doing the game.
We're taking volunteers. If you'd like to.
Coach Robbie Winters.
Well,
anyway.
You know what? Maybe.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
Robbo's
Coach.
not going to be going out of town.
Oh, yeah.
But that is I can't wait to Cleveland Bradley. Listen, I don't care what anyone says. To me, it's the best high school rivalry in my book. But I am biased because I am a Bradley alum. So what can I say?
I think it does. It's one of those things where you kind of hope Cleveland's a little better.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just to make it, and it could be fun, like we all want it to be. But every school goes through these periods, and
it's like I've said. If you're going to get Cleveland, get them this year because I'll promise you
they're coming.
They're going to be much better next year,
Absolutely.
and the year after that, and the year after that. So this is your time to have your
To
way
pour
with
it
the
on,
Blue
right?
Raiders because I'll promise you it ain't going to last.
Yeah.
It won't last, though. We all know that. Anyway, I think that's it, man.
All right. Appreciate everyone listening tonight. We'll see you again next week. That's all we have.